Creating fun, loopable videos that you can loop for long periods of time to go with your music or with your podcast episodes can be a really great way to increase the quality and also the experience people have with your audio-only content. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. I'm gonna be using Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects to make this happen. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take 5 different video loops that I got from some royalty-free sources. There's so many places that you can get royalty-free video loops that you can use to do this with. I went to Envato and also to Canva Pro to get a picture, but Canva Pro also has some really great royalty-free videos that you can use as well. It's highly recommended that you take an extra step and add some customization or some different layers to the videos you're gonna use as your loop. This will help you to avoid demonetization, and it also makes it so that your content is more creative and more unique. It's also a good idea to add your logo and to add the subscribe button that maybe you bring in periodically throughout the long period of time, anywhere from an hour to 12 hours. If you want to make 12 hours of sleep music, or make a fireplace channel where you just show a nice warm fireplace with a fire crackling, you can use the same techniques that we're going to use in this video. Now, just because I'm using Adobe Premiere and After Effects, that doesn't mean that you have to use those programs. You don't have to use the Adobe suite. You can use tons of different video editing software to do the same thing that I'm doing. This is gonna be very fun and very informative. And if this is your first time to our channel, welcome to the Pod Sound School. I'm Studio Steve. I'm an audio and video producer. Every week we post really cool videos all about content creation and taking your online presence up a notch and making money online. So make sure that you subscribe and come back every week for more helpful videos. Also, helping clients and students create YouTube channels and podcasts is a specialty of mine. If you're interested in the courses that we offer at the Pod Sound School, or even working with me one-on-one, you can find out more information by going to our website, podsoundschool.com. Okay, let's get over into Premiere. So I'm basically going to layer different video loops on top of each other using After Effects. But the problem is that the video loops I downloaded using my Envato subscription have different lengths in time or duration. Some of the loops are 10 seconds while others are up to a minute long. So first I'm gonna have to open up Adobe Premiere. I'll start a new project and drag all 5 different looped videos into the Premiere project. Now I can left click on one of the clips and select New Sequence from Clip. This one is a water loop. I'm going to copy and paste it once and check the looping point to make sure it is a seamless loop. Now I can use this loop as the base loop and start adding all the other loops. This brain loop here will need to be duplicated a handful of times to get the precise duration of the loop below it. Once I get it close, with all the top brain layers selected, I'll left click and choose Nest to turn all of these clips into one clip. Now, by pressing the R key, I will change the active editing tool and icon in Premiere to what they call the Rate Stretch tool. See how the icon has changed to this red bracket and curvy arrows? This lets me transform the time of this top clip like you would with a trim tool. In this case, since I'm trimming to the left, I'm making the clip speed faster. And when you're done using the Rate Stretch tool, you can get back to your regular editing tool, which is your selection tool, Premiere calls it, by pressing the V key, as in Victor. Now I'll just repeat this process with the remaining 3 video loops that I want to have in my video. I will copy and paste duplicates as many times as needed, nest the duplicates together as one, and stretch the time of the new nest to match the duration of the base loop perfectly. The top layer here is a picture I downloaded from Canva, so I can just stretch with one swoop. Now that all the layers have the same duration of time, I'm going to select them all in Premiere, right-click, and then choose Replace with After Effects Composition. So now in After Effects, now we can really make a composition out of all of these layers, and we're gonna have a really unique video loop. This is taking some extra time and an extra step every time you make a video for your channel, but your channel's worth it. And that extra step, that extra quality really will help you grow your channel faster. So don't skip out on this step and just post royalty-free videos as you download them. That is a way to pop up on YouTube's spam radar, and your channel or specific videos may become demonetized. So this extra step is also a good idea for that reason. Okay, so let's go nerd out on this futuristic city by the sea with a hovering brain in the foreground. Let's start by cutting out the bottom part of the city picture and creating a sea underneath it with the water layer. I'm going to resize the water and add a hue saturation effect to it and change the color to my liking. I'm also going to adjust the color of the city picture on top as well. Now let's duplicate the city picture layer as it is and flip the duplicate upside down and stretch out the skew or the scale of the picture and make the building taller and all stretched out looking. Now this layer is going to cover the water, so let's add this really cool effect in After Effects called Wave Warp. I can play with the perimeters of the effect, and After Effects will animate waves rolling through my still image. Pretty amazing, right? Now I'm going to play with the opacity and make this crazy city layer really transparent to let the water layer come through. Wow, that's cool. Okay, my next layer is crows that are flying in the distance in front of a green screen. Let's remove that green by adding the key light effect in After Effects. This effect is my favorite green screen chroma key effect I've tried in any of the popular video editing apps. It's worth learning After Effects alone. Try it next time you green screen. Your life might change. Now I just need to position the crows in a place that I like. And okay, now for the last layer, the brain. Let's position it where it looks nice, and now we can copy and paste the brain layer and do the same thing we did with the city layer to create a reflection of the brain shape in the water. I'm going to skew the scale of the brain and add the same wave warp effect and play with the opacity until it looks right to me. I'm also going to adjust the colors of the brains too. And I think that's looking pretty great. So the last step is to export this loop as a high quality video. I'll select Export and Send to Adobe Media Encoder. Here I'll set the quality using the YouTube 4K preset. Wow, we just created a really cool and custom loop. So now we have a file that we can drag back into Adobe Premiere or any video editing software. And now that we have this file, which happens to be a minute in this example, we can just loop it over and over and over again to any time that we want. In this case, I'm gonna make it 3 hours and 33 minutes because it is going to be a meditation track. And I'm gonna do that with a piece of music that's about 8 minutes. So I'm gonna loop 1 minute of video with 8 minutes of music for 3.5 hours to create a nice meditation looping music video. I also made a really helpful video showing you how I actually made that piece of music from scratch. So if you're interested in making your own custom music, I did an example of how I made this 8 minutes of meditation music and made that music loopable. And you can check that out here by clicking on the I button thingy, or when you're done watching this video, check the description box below and I'll leave the link there as well. The technique that we're gonna do in Premiere, you can do in any video editing software by just looping videos and looping audio. It's very easy. You could do it with anything from a 20-minute to a 1-hour podcast episode to a 12-hour video of water running or a peaceful nature scene that you have recorded yourself. And also, as I mentioned, we're gonna add some final touches to really customize this 3-hour video. Let's go. Okay, so first we can start a new sequence from our clip. Let's duplicate this clip once to check the looping point and ensure that it loops properly. Nice. Okay, now let's pull in that hot meditation music track that you saw me create in another Pod Sound School video, and I can start duplicating these music tracks and allow the fade out part at the end of each clip to overlap the very beginning of the new duplicated clip. And then I can select 2 clips together and copy those, and then select those 4 clips and copy those, and then select those 8 clips and copy those, until I'm copying huge numbers of loops together. So this exponential looping process is very quick. Now I can determine the 3-hour and 33-minute mark and fade the music out right there. And now I just duplicate the layer video in the same exponential fashion, and very quick, I have a 3-hour looping meditation video. Let's do the final touches by creating a short text animation saying something catchy at the first of the video, and find a nice way to transition from the text and introduce our video. Next, I'll drag in this logo that I already made and find a nice position for it. And I'm gonna use the effect in Premiere called Change to Color and change the red color of this logo to a color from our new design. Finally, I'll drag in a subscribe animation that I've already used from another video. This layer is an essential graphic layer from Adobe Premiere, so I can change the parameters from the Essential Graphics tab. I will use an eyedropper tool to match the colors of the subscribe button and the thumb button to the colors of our new design. The last step now is to copy and paste these two elements periodically throughout the 3 hours and 33 minutes, just to remind people the name of our channel and also to subscribe. I can copy and paste these bad Larrys in the same exponential way, and this project is ready to export. Whew, I'm gonna export this puppy at the 1080p YouTube video preset instead of the 4K preset to reduce the massive file size. When you're exporting hour-long videos, this is gonna take some time. So start that export and go do something productive while you wait. I don't know about you, but I had a lot of fun. I think it is so cool, all of the ways that we can beef up our audio-only content. I'd like to learn more about what kind of content you're making. Leave some comments below. Tell me about your channel. Tell me about what kind of channels you want to start. I would love to send you more resources or just respond and get to know you here on YouTube. Also, remember that you can find out more information about working with me directly by going to podsoundschool.com. Also, if you're just setting up your own YouTube channel, I have this video right here where I walk you through step-by-step how to set up a YouTube channel properly, how to optimize it, how to add your channel keywords, and all of that stuff. And I actually do that with this same music channel that you just watched us create a video loop for. So check it out.